Archangel Michael says, "The good news you've been waiting for is coming. If you believe me, type Amen." Today is the day that Archangel Michael, God's mighty messenger, is bringing you a word from heaven that will transform your life forever. This is a day of divine appointment, a day when the heavens are opening to deliver the blessing you have been waiting for. Don't skip this message. Don't brush it aside. Today is the day that the good news you've been longing for finally arrives. A heavenly message from Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael stands as a warrior and a herald in God's kingdom. His voice carries authority, his words bring clarity, and his presence is a sign that something monumental is about to happen. When Michael speaks, we listen. He is the one who fights on behalf of God's people, who brings victory in the spiritual realm, and who comes with messages that change the course of history. Today, Michael is here with a message for you. The good news you've been waiting for so long is finally on its way. God has heard your prayers. Heaven has not forgotten you. And now the time has come. This is not just any announcement. It is a declaration from the throne room of God. Michael's message is not vague or uncertain. It is clear. It is direct, and it is meant for you. For weeks, months, maybe even years, you've been praying for this moment. You've been waiting with faith, clinging to hope, and holding on to God's promises. And now, the wait is over. Michael is here to tell you that your blessing is on its way. The season of waiting is over. Waiting can be one of the hardest seasons of life. It requires patience, trust, and perseverance. It often comes with moments of doubt, times when you wonder if God even hears your prayers. But waiting is never wasted in God's kingdom. The Bible is full of stories of people who waited, sometimes for years, before seeing the fulfillment of God's promises. Think of Abraham and Sarah. They waited decades for the promised child, Isaac. Through it all, they learned to trust God's timing, not their own. Or consider the Israelites, who waited 400 years in Egypt before God sent Moses to deliver them. Their waiting was not in vain. It was part of God's divine plan to demonstrate his power and faithfulness. In the same way, your waiting has not been in vain. The good news Archangel Michael is announcing today is the result of God's perfect timing. He has seen your faith, heard your prayers, and observed your perseverance. He knows how long you've been waiting, and he knows how hard it's been. But today, that waiting is coming to an end. The good news. What to expect? What is this good news that Michael speaks of? While every blessing from God is unique and tailored to his children, there are some truths we can hold on to as we anticipate its arrival. A breakthrough you didn't see coming. God's blessings often arrive in ways we least expect. The good news Michael is delivering may come from an unexpected source or through an unexpected avenue. You may have thought that your situation was hopeless, that the opportunity had passed, or that the blessing was impossible. But remember, we serve a God who specializes in the impossible. The breakthrough you've been waiting for is on the way, and it's coming in a way that will leave you in awe. Restoration of what was lost. Perhaps you've been waiting for the restoration of something that was taken from you. Your health, your relationships, your finances, or even your sense of purpose. The good news is that God is a God of restoration. He is the one who says, "I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten." This blessing is about reclaiming what was lost and seeing it return to you in even greater measure. A fresh start, a new beginning. Today's message from Michael isn't just about receiving a blessing, it's about stepping into a new season. The good news may be the start of a new chapter in your life, a chapter filled with hope, joy, and purpose. It's a chance to leave behind the pain, the struggle, and the doubt, and walk boldly into the future God has prepared for you. Confirmation of God's faithfulness. The arrival of this good news is a reminder that God is faithful. Every promise He has made, He will keep. Every word He has spoken over your life will come to pass. Michael's message today is not just about the blessing itself. It's about confirming that God is true to His word. You can trust Him. He has been with you every step of the way, and now He is bringing His promises to fruition. What you need to do today, as you prepare to receive the good news that Michael has announced, there are some important steps you can take. Thank God, and advanced gratitude is a powerful act of faith. Even before the blessing fully arrives, start thanking God for it. Thank Him for hearing your prayers, for His perfect timing, and for the good news that is on its way. Gratitude opens your heart to receive more of God's goodness and aligns you with His will. Remain spiritually vigilant when blessings are on the horizon. It's important to stay close to God. Spend time in prayer, read His word, and listen to His voice. Spiritual vigilance helps you recognize the blessing when it comes and guards you against any distractions or doubts the enemy may try to bring. Keep your heart open. Sometimes we have specific expectations of how a blessing will arrive, and if it doesn't look the way we imagined, we might overlook it. Stay open to God's plans. His ways are higher than our ways, and His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. Trust that He knows exactly what you need and how best to provide it. Share the good news when the blessing arrives. Don't keep it to yourself. Testify to God's goodness and faithfulness. Share the good news with others so that they, too, can be encouraged. Your testimony could be the catalyst for someone else's faith to grow. A new chapter begins today. Marks the start of a new chapter in your life. The message from Archangel Michael is clear. The good news you've been waiting for so long is coming. This is not just wishful thinking. It is a declaration from heaven. God has been working behind the scenes, preparing this blessing, and now it's ready to be revealed. As you step into this new chapter, remember that you are not alone. God is with you every step of the way. He has been with you during the waiting. He is with you now as the blessing approaches, and He will be with you as you walk into the fullness of His promises. Trust in His faithfulness, embrace the good news, and let your heart be filled with joy and gratitude. Celebrate God's goodness. Congratulations! The good news is on its way. Michael's message today is not just an announcement. It's an invitation to celebrate God's goodness, His faithfulness, and His perfect timing. Open your heart, prepare your spirit, and get ready for the breakthrough you've been waiting for. God's love for you is unshakable, and today, that love is manifesting in a way that will leave you speechless. Don't skip this. Embrace it. and get ready to experience the fullness of God's blessings. Today is the day your life begins to change. In the realm of heavenly messengers, few names carry as much weight as that of Archangel Michael. Throughout the ages, Michael has stood as a beacon of divine strength, protection, and unwavering guidance for those who seek God's will. Today, on this very day, Michael's voice resonates more clearly than ever, delivering a message straight from the courts of heaven. The good news you've been longing for is on its way. This is no ordinary announcement. It's a proclamation steeped in divine timing, crafted in the presence of the Almighty, and entrusted to one of heaven's most powerful warriors. The very fact that Michael himself brings this word signifies its importance. It's a sign that the long season of waiting, praying, and hoping is drawing to a close. What you've been waiting for is finally coming. Today is the day. Don't skip this moment. Open your heart, prepare your spirit, and receive the message that heaven has been preparing for you. A message from heaven's guardian, Archangel Michael, often referred to as the protector of God's people, has a history of intervening at pivotal moments. He stood for Israel and Daniel's visions, fought against the forces of darkness in the book of Revelation, and remains a spiritual ally for all believers. When Michael speaks, it's not merely a whisper of encouragement. It's a declaration backed by the authority of God. Today, Michael's message is simple yet profound. Rejoice, because the good news you've been praying for, yearning for, is on its way. The wait is over. This is not a vague hope or a distant promise. Michael's words are rooted in divine certainty. As the angel who stands guard over God's people, he sees the battles you've fought, the tears you've shed, and the prayers you've lifted. He knows how long you've been waiting, and he's here to tell you that your perseverance, your faith, and your steadfast trust in God are about to be rewarded. In God's calendar, every date holds meaning, and every moment of revelation is carefully orchestrated. The choice of this specific day is not random. It's a divine appointment, a moment when the heavens align with your earthly journey, bringing clarity, confirmation, and breakthrough. Today is the day when waiting transforms into receiving, when the questions turn into answers, and when the promises you've clung to begin to take shape. The timing is perfect because God's timing is always perfect. Every tear you've cried, every prayer you've whispered, every moment you've stood in faith, it all culminates in this moment. The good news you've been waiting for. What is this good news? It may not look the same for everyone, but the essence remains the same. It is God's fulfillment of what He has promised you. For some, it might be the long-awaited job opportunity, a breakthrough in finances, or the restoration of a broken relationship. For others, it could be healing, physical, emotional, or spiritual, or the clarity to make a life-changing decision. And for many, it is simply the assurance that God has not forgotten them, that their prayers have been heard, and that the answer is finally at hand. Whatever this good news is, know that it comes from the very heart of God. It is a gift of His grace, a demonstration of His love, and a testament to His faithfulness. Michael's message is not just about the arrival of good news, but also about the nature of God's goodness. It's a reminder that God is for you, that He is with you, and that He is working all things together for your good. What to do now? Prepare your heart as this good news approaches. It's important to prepare your heart to receive it. Here are a few ways you can align yourself with the blessing that is coming. Give thanks in advance, even before you see the fulfillment. Begin to thank God for His goodness. Gratitude is a powerful act of faith that positions your heart to receive. When you thank God in advance, you're declaring that you trust Him completely, that you believe His promise is true, and that you know His timing is perfect. Stay grounded in God's Word. Spend time reading and meditating on the scriptures that remind you of God's faithfulness. Pray for clarity and wisdom as the good news arrives. You may need wisdom to navigate the changes it brings. Pray for God's guidance to understand His purpose in this blessing and to walk in obedience as He reveals the next steps. Remain humble and open. Remember that every blessing is a gift of God's grace. Approach it with humility and a willingness to share His goodness with others. Sometimes, the good news you receive is not just for you. It's a testimony meant to encourage and inspire those around you. The role of Archangel Michael in delivering this message, Michael's presence in this announcement, is significant. Known as the protector and the one who leads the armies of heaven, Michael often steps into moments of spiritual warfare and critical transitions. His involvement in this message indicates that the good news coming to you is not just a small change. It's a breakthrough that has been fought for in the heavenly realms. There may have been battles in the spiritual world that delayed this moment, but Michael's declaration means that the victory has been won. The blessing you're about to receive has been protected, preserved, and now it's being delivered. Michael's role is to remind you that you are not alone, that heaven is on your side, and that God's promises cannot be thwarted. What happens next? Walking in your blessing as the good news arrives, you'll notice a shift. Things that once seemed impossible will begin to fall into place. Doors that were closed will open. Opportunities that you thought were lost will reappear. Relationships that seemed beyond repair will find healing. And most importantly, you'll experience a renewed sense of God's presence, His peace, and His unwavering love. But remember, this is just the beginning. God's blessings are not meant to be kept to ourselves. Once you receive the good news, ask God how you can use it to bless others. Whether it's sharing your testimony, helping someone in need, or simply encouraging those who are still waiting, your blessing can become a source of hope and inspiration for others. A final encouragement from Archangel Michael. Michael's message is clear. The good news you've been waiting for is finally coming. Rejoice, for the Lord is faithful, and His promises never fail. Today marks the start of a new season in your life. The long wait is over. The breakthrough you've been longing for is here. Stand firm in faith, give thanks to God, and walk boldly into the blessings He has prepared for you. Heaven is rejoicing, and so should you. A day of joy and fulfillment. This is a day to remember. On this day, Heaven's messenger has declared that your waiting is over. The good news you've been yearning for is on its way, and your heart can finally rest in the assurance of God's faithfulness. Trust in His timing, rejoice in His love, and receive the blessing He has prepared for you. Don't skip this moment. Today, everything changes. The good news, a divine announcement when Archangel Michael brings a message. It is not casual or ordinary. It is an announcement straight from the throne of God. This good news that is coming your way is not just good in the human sense. It is good in the heavenly sense. It is God's goodness poured out over your life. It is a divine shift, a holy turn of events that will leave you in awe. The news you've been waiting for could come in many forms. Perhaps it's a long-awaited financial breakthrough, a job opportunity that will change your future, a restored relationship you thought was lost forever, or a healing that you have been praying for tirelessly. Whatever it may be, the key is this: it is coming directly from God, through His heavenly messengers, to you. Archangel Michael's message today is clear. Do not give up. Do not lose hope. The good news is on its way. It has already been set in motion. The answers you have been waiting for, the blessings you have been praying for, and the breakthrough you have been longing for are coming. Heaven's timing is perfect, and when the news arrives, it will be better than you ever imagined. Why it took so long, you might be asking. Why did it take so long for this good news to come? I've been waiting for what feels like forever. This is a question that many faithful people have asked throughout history. Even the great figures of the Bible, like Abraham, Sarah, Joseph, and David, waited years, even decades, for the promises of God to be fulfilled. Their waiting seasons were not wasted time. They were times of preparation, growth, and spiritual refinement. In the same way, your waiting period has been a time of preparation. God has been working on your behalf, arranging details, softening hearts, and aligning events so that when the good news arrives, it will be perfect. Archangel Michael's announcement comes at this moment because heaven knows you are ready. You have been prepared, strengthened, and refined. Now, the blessings can flow freely because you are in the right place to receive them. What this good news means for you when the good news arrives, it will bring more than just a moment of happiness. It will bring transformation. Here's what you can expect when the announcement is made: a renewed sense of joy and hope when you receive the news. The heaviness you've been carrying will lift. You'll feel a renewed sense of joy, knowing that your prayers have been answered. Hope will replace despair, and you'll be filled with gratitude for God's faithfulness. A strengthened faith, this breakthrough, will deepen your relationship with God. You'll see firsthand how His timing is perfect and how His promises are always fulfilled. Your faith will grow stronger, and you'll be able to trust Him even more in the future. A testimony to share the good news you receive won't just be for you. It will be a testimony to others. You'll be able to share your story of how you waited, trusted, and finally saw God's hand at work. Your testimony will inspire and encourage those around you, reminding them that God is faithful and that He hears every prayer. A new season of blessings. This is just the beginning. Once the good news arrives, it will open the door to a new season of blessings. God doesn't just give one small gift. He pours out blessings in abundance. You'll see how this announcement sets the stage for even greater things to come. How to prepare for the good news now that you know the good news is coming. It's time to prepare your heart and spirit to receive it. Here are a few steps you can take to get ready. Stay in prayer and worship. Keep seeking God's presence. Worship Him with gratitude, even before the news arrives. Let your faith and thanksgiving pave the way for His blessings. Walk in faith, not fear. Trust that God's timing is perfect. Don't let doubts or fears creep in. Stand firm in your faith and believe that what He has promised, He will deliver. Keep your eyes open sometimes. Good news arrives in unexpected ways. Be attentive to the signs, opportunities, and open doors that God places in your path. The announcement may come through a person, a situation, or even a quiet prompting in your spirit. Speak words of life and blessing. Declare God's promises over your life. Speak words of faith, hope, and expectation. Let your words align with heaven's message, and you'll find yourself positioned to receive the good news. What to do when the good news arrives, when the good news finally comes. Don't keep it to yourself. Celebrate it. Thank God for it, and share it with others. Let it become a part of your testimony and a reminder of God's faithfulness. Use this moment as a catalyst for even greater acts of faith and service. Remember that God blesses you not only for your own benefit, but so that you can be a blessing to others. A message of encouragement. Archangel Michael's message is one of hope, encouragement, and joy. The good news you've been waiting for is coming. It's already on its way. Do not lose heart. Do not skip over this message. Take it to heart because it's a reminder that God is faithful, that He hears your prayers, and that He never forgets His promises. You are on the brink of a breakthrough. This is the moment you've been waiting for, the announcement that will bring the joy and peace you've longed for. So stand firm in your faith. Keep your eyes fixed on God and know that your season of waiting is almost over. The good news is coming, and it will be worth every moment you waited. Rejoice because heaven is on the move. Your breakthrough is near, and the blessings that come with it will overflow into every area of your life. Thank God for His faithfulness. Thank Him for His timing, and get ready to step into the season of blessing that He has prepared for you.